From the unit solubility of drug, here we are going to discuss diffusion principles in biological systems. So what is diffusion? The simple diffusion is the process of mass transfer of an individual molecule. Of a substance. Simply, it is an process of mass transfer of individual molecule of a substance through a membrane, across a membrane, with driving forces such as concentration gradient. So diffusion is a simply means the process of mass transfer through a membrane. The membrane may be biological membrane may be synthetic polymers. And the phenomenon of transport, phenomenon of passage of molecule across the membrane, it is known as the diffusion. That is mass transfer of individual molecule. So as the mass transfer takes place, as the molecules are moving from the one side to the another side of the barrier of the membrane, so there is a need of some driving forces. Then which are the driving forces? Driving force may be concentration gradient. Driving force may be temperature. Driving force may be pressure. But here we are discussing about the driving force concentration gradient. What is concentration gradient? Are you aware about the concentration gradient? Concentration gradient, it is nothing but just a difference between the concentration at two places. So as if you take the solution and which is separated by a membrane, and if you observe the difference in the concentration of the both the solution, that difference in concentration, we can call it as an concentration gradient. And here in diffusion, we are telling diffusion is the process of mass transfer of individual molecule of a substance across a membrane with driving force such as concentration gradient. That is nothing but the diffusion. Let us see here. This is the one system. In this system, the two phases which are separated by a membrane, that is the one barrier. This will act as an membrane. And we have taken the solution in this system, and in this system, this solvent, whatever the solvent we have taken, whatever vehicle we have taken, it is separated by a membrane. So initially, if you look towards this diagram, these two phases, this phase and this phase, which is separated by this membrane. And if you added the solute or a drug molecule in this side, let us see, this is an drug molecule. So just by your observation, initially the concentration of the drug or concentration of the solute which is present into the system, which is present into the solvent, it is more here. Here we are getting the too much less concentration, too much less availability of the drug or solute. So we can say that this is the area of higher concentration. This is an area of lower concentration. So we have the difference in the concentration of the solute in these two phases. In this phase, we are getting the more concentration, that is higher concentration. In this phase, we are getting the lower concentration. So whatever the difference between the lower and higher concentration, that concentration gradient, it will promote the flow of molecules, flow of drug, definitely from the higher concentration to the lower concentration. From this higher concentration to the lower concentration across the semi-permeable membrane or across the barrier membrane which is present in between two phases. That is nothing but the diffusion. Okay, and while the diffusion takes place, the molecules, these are move randomly. Let's see. The molecules which are in random motion, they can move in any direction. And when they get exposed to this semi-permeable membrane or this membrane barrier, and if they get opening, if they get pass through this barrier, through this membrane, they will get enter into the second phase. That is, we can say it is an receptor phase. So another way we can say that as it having the higher concentration, so it is capable to donate the molecules, we can say that it is an donor compartment. And as this compartment is receiving the molecules, this compartment is accepting the drug molecules, we can say that it is an receiver compartment or acceptor compartment. So at the process, it will continue, that is diffusion, the molecules from the higher to the lower, from higher concentration region to the lower concentration region, they will get pass, that is they will get transfer, that is they will get diffuse. That is simply diffusion, and it is takes place with concentration gradient, that is from higher concentration to the lower concentration region of the system. That is nothing but the simply diffusion. Okay, understood? So in pharmacy, the diffusion of the drug through the barrier is very important. And these barriers may be, as I told you, synthetic polymers or natural membranes. These are maybe synthetic or natural membrane. Okay, so for what we can call barrier? Or what we can call barrier? What do you mean barrier? As per your views, barrier means it isn't just restriction. It isn't just, we can say it is an obstacle. Okay, ज्याला तुम्ही अडथळा म्हणता. So barrier is simply the region that offers resistance to the passage of material. That is the area, the surface, which is just restricting, which is just providing the resistance to get past of the drug molecules or the solute molecules. In common, we can say that the material from one side to the another side, that region we can say that barrier. It is an resistance, it is an surface or the area which will restrict the movement or passage of molecule. That is nothing but the barrier. So another basis, as we discussed in earlier slide, that is membrane. So this membrane, it is an again just a film. The film which is separating the two phases. As you have seen in earlier slide, that semi-permeable membrane which is separating the donor compartment and receiver compartment, that is which is separating the higher concentration region and lower concentration region. Whatever that film which is present in between these two phases, we can call it is an membrane. Okay, this membrane again may have porous nature. The membranes may contain channels or maybe non-porous. Okay, these are the some properties of the membrane. So as we have discussed, the membrane, it may be again synthetic or natural polymers or natural membrane as which are available into the biological system. So these pores, channels, or maybe non-pores, what will happen? What will the drug which is passing or which is diffusing, that passage or diffusing of the drug will be takes place through this porous. That porous nature, that is small opening, they will allow the passage of these molecules or these channels, as we have discussed or as we have seen or as we have studied into the biology, the channel, that is a facilitated diffusion, some channel specific channels which are present into the biological membrane. Through these channels also exchange of these ions or exchange of the molecules, that is the sodium potassium channels. Like these channels also we can exchange the molecules of the drug or the molecules in the process of the diffusion. Okay, and as this membrane is having the porous and the channels which are present into this, the size of the membrane pore also get affect. If the pore size is less, the only small size molecules they will get pass through these pores. The drug molecule size, the size of solute molecule, if it is more, definitely it will not get pass, it will not get diffused through these small size pores. So by this way, the membrane, it will act, it will provide the facility of the film or which will just separate the two phases. Okay, the size of the membrane molecules and diameter of the pores, it is influence the process of diffusion. So one more important and very basic term, that is diffusant. Or what we can call diffusant? Anyone? So through the process of diffusion, what are the molecules? What are the substance which are going to be transported? Let's say the molecules, the substance which is undergo the transport. That means which is going to be transport. That means which is moving from the higher concentration to the lower concentration across the membrane. That substance, that molecules, we can say it is an diffusant. It is also known as permeant if it is applicable or if it is applied in the case of the permeability. It is also known as the penetrant if we are discussing the phenomenon of penetration. So diffusant or permeant or penetrant means simply the molecules or the substance or the material which is undergo the transport across the membrane in the process of diffusion. So these are the various important terminologies or terms while discussing the diffusion, which are very, very important. What is barrier, what is membrane, what is film, what is diffusion, permeant or penetrant. Okay. So diffusion, as in earlier slide I have told, the just process of mass transfer. Let us see. This is the region of higher concentration. This is the region of lower concentration. And these two regions, these are separated by this film. That is an membrane. And this membrane, this film, it will act as an barrier. It will restrict, it will resist the transport of these molecules. Okay, these all molecules, these are not get easily transport. All these molecules are not easily pass or diffuse through this membrane. Somewhat that membrane or that barrier, it is providing the resistance to the passage. That is higher concentration, lower concentration, that is film, membrane and barrier. And through this membrane, the molecules which are moving with concentration gradient, that is from higher concentration gradient to the lower concentration, that is from higher concentration region to the lower concentration region, that is with concentration gradient. And if you see towards this molecules, how these molecules are moving, what is how these molecules in the state of the motion. If you look towards the motion of the molecules or the movement of the molecules, these molecules are randomly moving. Okay, the motion of the molecule, it is random. And as the random motion of the molecules or molecules with random motion, as they get exposed to this barrier or the membrane, through these channels, through these pores, okay, through this channel, through these pores, these molecules, they will get enter into the lower concentration region. Okay, that this is the exactly takes place into the process of diffusion, and this is exactly takes place into our body. If you look towards the, or if you can say this region, it is an also donor compartment. This region we can say it is an receiver compartment or acceptor compartment. Also, in if you study the diffusion process of the cell, that is a fluid mosaic model, we have, I think you have gone through this fluid mosaic model. The, let's see, it is an extracellular side, and if it is an intracellular sides, these molecules from the extracellular to the intracellular, they will get diffused, they will get enter inside the cell. If you are discussing the phenomenon of the diffusion with respect to the cell. Okay, understood? That is the what is exactly takes place in the diffusion, and how molecules with random motion, they will get penetrate or they will get passage through the barrier, through the membrane, and they will reach to the receiver compartment. Okay, that is diffusion. One more, if you look towards this picture, again this is the same. This is the higher concentration region and this is the lower concentration region, and through this higher concentration, from this higher concentration region, the molecules, they will get enter into the lower concentration region. This is the, again, we can say it is an plasma membrane. Okay, these phospholipids which are present polar head and non-polar tail, and through this the material molecules they will get passage. Just see the how the molecules they will get pass, and how the diffusion is takes place. It is in simple diffusion and in passive diffusion it takes place. There is no need of the energy. We will discuss it later on. What is passive and what is active. In facilitated diffusion, that is we need to provide the facility. Let's see here the additional facility which is present to get fast or to get penetrate the solute molecules, or to pass the solute molecule across this membrane. Okay, this is the diffusion. By observing or by seeing this picture clearly, we will understood that what is the phenomenon of diffusion. One more diagram, look into this, the diffusion of one solute. Here also, if you take the water, in water it is and if you add the solute into the one compartment, this will act as an barrier, this will act as an solute, sorry, this will act as an membrane, and these solute molecules they will get diffused from this as the time spent. जसजसा टाइम जाईल तसतसं हे सोल्यूट मॉलिक्यूल हे ड्रग मॉलिक्यूल काय होतील तर ह्या मेम्ब्रेन मधून पास होतील, पेनिट्रेट होतील. If you look towards this first picture, in this in right side we are not getting the molecules of the solute. Okay, we are getting the only solvent, only water. That is, this is the higher concentration region, this is lower concentration. At the time spent, the molecules they will get start to pass, the molecules they will get start to move from this region to the this region, and at the end that process it will get stopped. When this process of the movement or the transport of the passage of the molecules it will get stopped, when the concentration of the solute molecule from the both side it becomes equal, and such state, such conditions we can call it as an equilibrium condition. So this process of diffusion it will be run until the system it will reach to the equilibrium condition. Once the system reach towards the equilibrium condition, that is concentration of the solute which is present in both the side of, that is donor compartment and receiver compartment, becomes equal, the process of passage of molecule, the process of diffusion it will get stopped. Why the process it will get stopped? Because the diffusion which is, what will be reason? The diffusion it is associated with concentration gradient. If the concentration difference is there, then and then only molecules they will get passed from the higher concentration region to the lower concentration region. If the two phases, two compartments which are in equilibrium condition, that means there is a no concentration gradient. So as there is no concentration gradient, there is no any driving force which will facilitate or which will start the process of diffusion. That's why at equilibrium condition, the process of diffusion, it will get stopped. Okay. So in second B, if you have taken the more than one molecules or the two more than one solute, let us see the two solute molecules which are present, this and this. In this case, for these molecules, this will be the higher concentration region. For these molecules, this will be the higher concentration region. So what will happen? These molecules they will move from this to this, and these molecules they will move from this to the this, and at the end they will attain the equilibrium condition. Let's see here, 3 plus 3, 6, 3 plus 3, 6. These colors, 6 molecules are there. That means the condition is equilibrium. The yellow color, 3 molecules are there. That means equilibrium condition is achieved. So before this, in this, let's see, here the only 3 molecules, that is again it is a lower concentration. Here the molecules are 9, that is it is higher concentration. That this means there is a scope to move the molecules from this to this, and this yellow color from this to this, and at the end we are achieving the equilibrium conditions. Okay, that exactly takes place into the phenomenon of diffusion. Okay, let's see here. Initially the higher concentration region is here, that is the extracellular space of the donor compartment. At time t is 0, there is no molecules which is diffused from this to this region. Okay, at initial time when t is a 0, time is 0. As time spent, so with the time is increasing, the molecules which are diffused in more number, and at the end this situation will be achieved, or this will be the possible condition at the end of the process of diffusion. Here also the diffusion, how through the homogeneous film is there. This is the porous, as initial I have told you the porous nature of the membrane. These pores which are filled by the solvent, and through this solvent what happen, the solute molecules they will get diffuse, or they will get pass. Okay, or the fibrous membrane also which are present, and through these fibrous membranes, what are the pores or the openings which are there, the molecules they will get diffuse. So what are the applications of this process of diffusion? Very first, what are the different formulations we are preparing, different dosage forms which are designed or formulated. Let us see about the tablets. The release of drug from the dosage forms, that is the release of drug in case of the tablet from this tablet, it is totally controlled by the process of diffusion. For example, sustained release tablet and controlled release tablet. Okay, we'll see later on what is the reservoirs, what is the matrix control, and how the diffusion process it will control the release of drug. It is just for the application in brief. Second is the molecular weight of polymer can be estimated with the process of diffusion. Transport of drug, that is absorption from the GIT, that is gastrointestinal tract, and skin. This is very, very important. What are the drugs molecules which are, or the dosage forms which are administered through the process of disintegration, dissolution, the finally drug is freely available into the systemic circulation, and once it is available into the systemic circulation, that drug molecule has to be passed. The drug molecules has to be penetrate or has to be diffused through the gastrointestinal membrane, and it has to reach towards the systemic circulation. Okay, from the extracellular to the intracellular. Okay, until and unless drug will not reach to the systemic circulation, we will not get the viability. As we are not getting the viability, we will not get the its a desired therapeutic effect. So to get or to achieve this desired therapeutic effect, drug has to pass, drug has to diffuse through the various biological membrane, and that phenomenon we are calling it is an absorption of the drug. So this absorption of the drug from the gastrointestinal membrane for the oral administration, and in case of the skin for the topical administration, whatever this ointment, whatever the creams we are using, okay, or the transdermal patches we are using as a one of the dosage forms. In this case, the skin it will act as a barrier. Skin it will act as a membrane, and through this skin, through this membrane, the drug has to be penetrate. And this can be, okay, this can be predicted, or this can be determined, or we can understand the absorption of the drug or diffusion of the drug or penetration of the drug through this membrane with the applications of the diffusion principles. Okay, next is diffusion of the drug in tissue and excretion through the kidney. So drug is after absorption, what will happen, or after dissolution, the drug it will reach towards the tissues. That phenomenon it is known as the distribution. So to distribute the drug has to diffuse. Okay, and this distribution we can determine, we can anticipate it with the help of diffusion principle, or whatever the excretion of the drug molecules or elimination of the drug molecules after metabolism, which is takes place through the kidney. This also we can determine with the help of the, or with the applications of diffusion principle. Also, what are the processes of dialysis may be there, microfiltration may be there, ultrafiltration may be there, or hemodialysis may be there, or in some of the cases osmosis. These also diffusion dependent processes, or these such types of the experiment also we can carry out, or we can understood, or we can explain in vitro with the help of the diffusion principle. Okay, there are too many examples of the too many applications of the diffusions which are clearly or implemented in the field of the pharmacy. If you have any query, any doubt, you may ask. Thank you. Thank you very much.